When we hear the name Michael Jackson, we think of the moonwalk. We think of Thriller. We think of the king of pop. But behind the glove, the spotlight, and the record-breaking fame, there was a man the world never fully understood. Tonight, we're diving into the lesser-known side of Michael Jackson, the businessman, the dreamer, the perfectionist, and the misunderstood genius. These are the things most people don't know. Most people saw Michael as just an entertainer, but he was playing a much bigger game. In 1985, he made one of the most shocking moves in music history. He purchased the ATV music publishing catalog, which included the songwriting rights to much of the Beatles catalog. Let that sink in. A Black American pop star owning the publishing rights to some of the most valuable songs in history. This wasn't luck. Michael studied contracts. He asked questions. He learned about publishing, royalties, and ownership, things many artists ignore. He understood something powerful. The real money isn't in performing the song, it's in owning it. That move would later make him hundreds of millions of dollars. Here's something that sounds unbelievable. Michael Jackson once tried to buy Marvel Comics. Why? Because he wanted to play Spider-Man. In the 1990s, before superhero movies became the billion-dollar empire they are today, Michael envisioned himself starring in a Spider-Man film. It sounds ambitious, maybe even unrealistic, but it reveals something deeper. Michael didn't just want to be a pop star. He wanted to be mythic. He saw himself as a character larger than life, like Peter Parker balancing fame and isolation. In many ways, he already was a superhero in the eyes of millions. Here's another shocker. Michael Jackson couldn't read traditional music notation, yet he created some of the most complex pop songs ever produced. How? He heard entire arrangements in his head. Producer Quincy Jones once explained that Michael would beatbox every instrument, drums, strings, bass, horns, into a recorder. He would sing each part separately and describe the emotion he wanted. Imagine hearing a full orchestra in your mind, and then guiding professionals to recreate it without ever writing it down. That's not just talent. That's rare creative genius. You've probably seen the photo. Michael lying inside a hyperbaric oxygen chamber. The media claimed he slept in it every night to live to 150 years old. But the truth? The story was wildly exaggerated. The photo was reportedly taken as a publicity experiment. While he did explore oxygen therapy for health and recovery, the living forever narrative was amplified by tabloids. Michael often became a character in headlines, even when the reality was much more ordinary. On stage, he was electric. Off stage, he was painfully shy. Actress Brooke Shields once described him as sweet, gentle, and socially awkward in private. Many collaborators said he avoided eye contact
and spoke softly in small settings. It's one of the great contradictions of his life. How can someone command 100,000 screaming fans, yet struggle in a quiet room? Fame amplified his image, but it didn't erase his vulnerability. After the success of Off the Wall, Michael felt disappointed. He believed the album deserved more recognition from major award shows. That frustration lit a fire. When he began working on Thriller, he told his team he wanted to create the biggest album of all time. Not just successful, the biggest. The result? Thriller would go on to become the best-selling album in music history. But behind that achievement was relentless perfectionism. He would rehearse for hours, redo takes dozens of times, demand precision in every detail. He wasn't just chasing hits, he was chasing immortality. Michael deeply admired silent film legend Charlie Chaplin. If you watch Smooth Criminal, you'll notice something theatrical, almost silent film-like in its storytelling. Chaplin mastered emotion without dialogue. Michael did the same through movement. He believed the body could tell stories words never could. In many ways, his dance was modern silent cinema. While controversies often dominated headlines, another side of Michael rarely made front pages. He supported more than 30 charities worldwide and once held a record for supporting the most charities by a pop star. Many donations were done privately. No press conference, no cameras. Hospitals, children's causes, disaster relief. He understood suffering and often gave without announcing it. Michael Jackson remains one of the most studied, debated, and analyzed figures in modern history. But beyond the headlines and controversy, there was a strategic businessman, a comic book dreamer, a shy introvert, a relentless perfectionist, a creative mind who heard symphonies in silence. Love him or question him, one thing is undeniable.
He changed music forever. And maybe the most fascinating thing about Michael Jackson is that even after decades in the spotlight, there are still parts of him the world never fully understood. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.